Yeah, I think so. It definitely felt like it was the best thing we've done for ages, to be honest, that tune. And at that time, it wasn't even necessarily going to be on an album. It was just like a sort of in between. What happened was we were doing a tour opening up for the Black Keys, and our album had already been out like a year or something, or it felt like it had been out for a long time. So we wanted to sort of refresh, I don't know, and a way to do that, a device, if you like, was to put this, just put a 7-inch out, and then we stumbled across that Are You Mine, and that then became like the springboard for the rest of this album that we've done, and sort of, the benchmark or the blueprint, was Are You Mine. No, we actually recorded Are You Mine in Sheffield, like, I don't know, 6 months before the rest of it, yeah. But decided to include it on the record just because it was the gateway to the rest of it in a way. Or like, we sort of looked at that song and all agreed, and everybody who's into the band seemed to also feel like it became like the biggest tune we had there. And so we were like, well, what? Start to look at it and be like, what is it about it? And I don't know. It's got that kind of almost this sort of contemporary R&B, like backing vocal moments in that. It was something that we definitely wanted to explore and more on the new record, yeah. The idea, I suppose, really was the sort of Spiders from Mars covering Aaliyah was like, I guess, the like loose, and that kind of idea came from, I suppose, Are You Mine, in a sense, but I guess what that was it was almost not completely accidental, but that tune wasn't as thought out as like the rest of it. It was just like, let's go and try this, and I'm kind of into this like operatic sort of scales that like some of them R&B girls, like, I don't know, from 10, 15 years ago would wander around. Let's like try and do that. And then I suppose we did this song, the first song on the record, Do I Wanna Know, I suppose, was when that idea then went to like the next phase, and then it started to be, we were almost kind of trying to apply what I would imagine the compositional perspective of like a hip-hop or R&B producer would be to a 4-piece rock and roll band, like, and kind of, manipulating the instruments to make sounds that kind of become building blocks, like as if the way I'd imagine like they construct a beat for like a rap song or something. But
yeah, I mean, none of us were responsible for the actual chatting, but like there were like some kids, because we did demos on CDs and like gave them away at gigs. But so I think before anything was like released properly, the like people we know, who we now know and like friends of, put them on their website and like shared them in that the quicker way. But yeah, we had no idea that that's what was happening for a while, and then but it was convenient, like we didn't have to do anything in that sense.
It's
other
kind
than make the demos.
It's like, how the Beach Boys didn't really surf.
Yeah, that's
well, we're the sort of internet band that didn't really surf. There weren't, almost everything we did is on there, like, but yeah, there's a couple that we used for B-sides. I don't know, I guess we were aiming for like 20 or something, and we probably did write like and like demo sort of more than we ended up using, but as far as like the session that would, when we were really, in there with the producers and that, it was most of what we did is like on there really, innit?
Yeah.
There has been times like when we've cut the wrong ones, like, I think, in like the past, but I'm pretty happy with how this one is. People have said that to me on this record. It's like, oh, it's all about the drums and bass. Like, where's all the guitar parts gone? And it's like, they're in there. There's actually more of that stuff, but I guess you just don't noticed it as much because it's, I don't know, it's more like textural or something. But I think like a lot of the components, like I think in some of them Timbaland beats, if you like listen closely, are like, you know, like a guitar or something doing like that repetitive kind of. There's exceptions on our record, obviously, and things that are more sort of traditional, I suppose. And but I think it's, you know, for the most part, it's all got like a link to that kind of corner of the musical universe. Yeah, I think less so though, you know, like for a long time that album was like, and I mean maybe it still is, probably is like the biggest, I don't know, but there's something like, I think that has gone away a little bit, like that, you know, the way people would always want us to like play them songs. I think with this new record, like there has been a shift to where I think, you know, over the summer we did put in like some of them old songs that we hadn't played for a while, like when we were doing like festivals over the summer, and you know the reaction wasn't like that big. We were thinking, oh, we're going to play this tune, we haven't done it for 5 years, it's going to be crazy, man. But it weren't. It was just like, alright, we'll that off again and like play this new